Grade A.
Hey, run that thing up.
I said, I know. Like I said, I know I'm putting. I gotta laugh. I'm putting up to 1,500 shots a day, and shot so well all playoffs. Confidence extremely high, and to be having these unfortunate bounces and these looks that are just not going in, it's tough. It's tough for sure. I'm glad. Confidence-wise, I just got to keep shooting.
Hey, Ernie, you know what cap is? Cap?
Yeah. Yes.
Cat capping.
He lied.
Woo! What's good, everybody? YouTube family, Grade A family, man. Welcome to another episode of the Grade A Show. I should have titled this episode Cap. Off of that. What's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, everyone?
I'm good. Happy
We
Memorial
good.
Day.
We good. You know, people just feed into shit that's not that serious. Like him over exaggerating. People just feeding in. People be bored.
Boy, Draco, it just looked like you just did about 200 push-ups, 200 pull-ups.
Draco like he about to go do some Naruto or something.
You about to do somebody dirty in some one-on-ones, man. What's good, man?
What's good with y'all, man? What we talking about today?
Man, we talking about the Timberwolves, man. They down 3-0 to Dallas, man. How y'all feeling?
They went back in them bushes. That's all that mean, man.
Man. I'm gonna take this time to encourage everybody to like the channel, continue to subscribe. Mike, you had Wolves and I felt like he was low-key trolling and told me 5, but I think it was like 6.
No, I said 5.
How you feeling about the series now?
I feel the series is over. It's not much else to say other than that. Like they play like trash. Ant just keeps getting turnovers. Cat can't hit a shot to save his life. Rudy just lets guys into the hole all day. It's over, man. It's over.
Ace, what's good, my guy?
Chilling. I want to say a number of things. Correct me when I'm wrong. Back when I said it goes down to health, experience, and mentality, I feel like everyone held the Nuggets so high to a standard that when Minnesota passed them, I don't want to say they lost sight of the goal, but I feel like some of them were lost and just lost some type of line drive focus. But I mean, every game's been close marginally. It hasn't been like no blowout.
Yeah, until last night's game. But last game had to come with some free throws, so.
Think Ace.
But they've been in position.
Yeah,
last
he's
night
lagging on mine.
I'm lagging.
Ace got a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, you can start from the top from your point because you was lagging a little bit.
Last night's game, missed 1,500 shots. Didn't really hit a shot. I'll give this. Anthony Edwards had a spurt.
Like, was that some just BS he was saying? I know he's not taking 15 shots a day.
He probably does 1,000. He probably does 1,000. A lot of players put up 1,000 shots. Not a lot of players. Players that are serious about their game.
Yeah,
we're lucky could put up 1,000.
Like they said on Inside NBA TNT, who's taking 1,000 shots at this point in the season, and from where? Where did you pick a spot on the court last night where you could say, all right, he takes 1,500 from right there?
Well, I don't.
Shot was really
I don't think I have to rewatch the clip, but I don't think he said he took 1,500 shots during the series. I thought he was referring to he's done it throughout to get to this point in the playoffs.
Pick a spot on the floor you can feel like, all right, he works on that confidently. You can't even really say.
No, all over the 3-point line. That's why he's one of the best bigs in the regular season from shooting from the arc. But this playoffs run in general, he's just been horrible from the three. It's not even just this series. It's just being magnified because it's the conference finals. He didn't shoot well from three against the Nuggets either. So he's just been in a slump. But Ant-Man has been kind of playing well and overcasting that, as well as Nas Reed and spurts and Jaden McDaniels. But
Yeah,
now
but he's a professional, bro. If the three ain't working, go inside, get a layup, get some fouls, get a bucket.
And that's what I'm getting at. I feel like the Denver series, he was taking a lot of jumpers. I just think it wasn't as much as what we're seeing in this round. I feel like Denver, he was attacking the basket a bit more too.
I just feel like they're getting, because I also had Wolves in 5. I just think they're getting outworked and outcoached, and I think it's just overall a bad matchup for them in the series. You could see the coaches on Minnesota's not making enough adjustments. Jason Kidd is doing a great job making adjustments and attacking the pick and roll, which I said in the past when we first started this. 1s and 5s, for those watching who don't know what that is, point guards and centers should not be switching pick and roll. And if you don't know why, just look at this series and you will see why that should be the case. Because I don't care who it is. Most of these bigs in the league, other than probably Bam, cannot be left on an island that far away from the hoop and expect to get good results.
I mean, you've seen my thing is, so what's really going on with the switches, because we've seen I think it was game 2 where Jaden McDaniels kind of like put his hands up when Rudy Gobert got attached to Luka, and it looked like that Rudy was never even supposed to be up there. But also
that was McDaniels' fault.
And we talked about this one-on-one yesterday, is that I would personally like to see a lot of these players fight through the screens instead of trying to switch everything, specifically with like Boston too. Like, I don't like a switch, like depending on the matchup, of course, but Jaden McDaniels could have easily fought through that screen and stuck with Luka one-on-one. Rudy didn't have to be up there. But
and
I also,
if I'm Rudy
like
in that situation, sit on the 3-point line. Force Luka to drive. Because you're up 2. So at worst, he can tie the game, go to overtime. In that moment, force that situation, or hell, try to foul before he even gets the chance to get back to that step back. But I mean, in the moment, you're not thinking that much in the moment. So it comes down, that goes back to coaching and the personnel. Like, they should know these things, especially being the best defensive team in the league this season, leading into the playoffs. They should be well prepared for things like this. But like Ace said, experience shows.
Clips.
Yo.
I believe you had the T-Wolves too in this series.
Yeah.
How you feeling right now?
It should just be, it'd be timely possessions, dude. So, like, sometimes they be looking good, and then it get to that fourth quarter around the 5-6 minute mark, bro, and that junk just fall apart every game this series. And that junk, I don't know, bro. I don't know. They literally didn't go on a scoring drought it was in a scoring drought for like 5 minutes, bro, in the fourth quarter. Like,
hey,
does anybody
have 3 points in the final 5 of the fourth last night? That's it.
Yeah, I think foul trouble throughout the game. First of all, shout out to Tony Brothers for just mudding up the game early, because that played a role in this too. Because you, at one point before that last 5 minutes, you had McDaniels, Towns, and Conley all with 4 fouls.
I didn't like that tech that he gave out to Kyle Anderson, though. I feel like that was totally uncalled for.
He wanted to play with them. That's what that was.
I feel like though, when you guard 2 people who are really professional buckets like Luka and Kyrie, they did what they're supposed to: put in that foul trouble, force a lineup that they don't even know about. And then, honestly, pairs up to Lively, because the man took 2 massive knees, like in the area and in the net. That's energy off the bench. That's rebounds. That's impact. Gafford had the whole
update on him?
Not yet, but I think he will be fine leading into the finals. But yeah, they did confirm during the game he had a neck sprain.
Damn, man. Yeah, he got knee pretty bad.
But shout out to
I'm not saying call Anthony on purpose. The one to the groin is arguable, but it's like when you have 2 high energy guys, when you have somebody flying, things like that, it happens. But the Clips point, I'm going to say this though. Ant Edwards had that time in the third where he really tried to get up and go. It's just Dallas was Dallas.
Dallas had an answer.
Hey,
yeah, coach was about to say it. Shout out to
Gafford. He said he had Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie took that personally. You hear me? Personally.
Gafford, man.
Kyrie went into the fourth with only 19 points and finished with 33.
But I would say Gafford on the interior. When Lively went down, he played amazing.
But that's their scheme. That's the scheme with both him and specifically if you watch in this series, they are attacking the pick and roll. And like game 1 and 2, if you notice whether it's Luka or Kyrie, even Jaden Hardy when he had minutes, they're doing the high pick and roll that's going to force Rudy to drop because Rudy's is comfortable protecting the rim. But when he does that, that allows the ball handler to get the floater every time. And then when he steps up, it's like how Denver was with Gordon and Jokic. As soon as Rudy hedges, it's the backdoor lob. So I think it has to be an adjustment that Minnesota should have made between that pick and roll with whether it's Towns, Gobert, Reed on the back end, and whoever's on the perimeter. Because you're putting it big in a situation no matter what.
I was saying, yeah, Gafford defensively, perfect yesterday. Perfect. So
I was mentioning this to Musa yesterday too. Is I think, and we really got to see it this series, but I think him and Lively, not to take away from the talent and how good they are, but I feel like a lot of confidence played into them playing how they are this series so far. Like Dallas's confidence is out the roof right now, and I want to hear y'all take on Anthony Edwards. And I mean, I'll go first. Like I'm not giving I give him some slight pass because yes, he's 22 years old and he has a whole future ahead of him. It was still crazy plays and crazy mistakes that he was making yesterday that he shouldn't have been. Turnovers.
That pocket pass. Pocket pass he tried to throw to Rudy's.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
He was just thinking a little bit too much. He was being more aggressive, but I feel like he kind of shot himself in the foot. But how you feel? I'll start off with you, Draco. How you feel about Anthony Edwards now, man?
He's still the young goat, you know. I make mistakes. It's just bad right now, man. You know when it's raining out, it don't look good. It just ain't looking good outside right now. That's all it is. He'll be back next playoffs.
Mike, where you at with him?
Well, the face of the league conversation is just ridiculous because there's only one face of the league until he retires, and that's LeBron James. But he's gotta chill out with the turnovers to have a little bit better shot selection because he's still even these bad games. He's getting close to triple doubles. I think he'll progress just fine. But face of the league's
Mike,
just
start
crazy.
that last point again because you froze. I don't know if it was just on my end, but you froze at one point.
Oh, I said face of the league's just crazy. Yeah, he needs to do better shot selection, stop with the turnovers, but he's getting almost a triple-double every game, even though he's not having the best games. So I think he'll be fine in the long run, but he ain't no face of the league. That's LeBron James until he retires.
That's fair to say. Ace, how you feel about that?
Of course, LeBron, face of the league. I just feel like all of this series, they've been comfortable. They haven't been down 0-2. So the pressures of forcing and things like that, I mean, he's going to do what he thinks he can do. Then to see that your co-pilot ain't flying, which is like, all right. I just feel like he took on what he tried to do. No excuses, though. We've seen young stars get up there and you either make it or break it. This has happened
Name them.
Where
Name them.
LeBron to the conference finals early. Jason Tatum been up there early off the top of my head. Jaylen Brown. Cool stuff, actually. Some people don't make it. Some people don't really hack it like that. He ain't the first to mess up in that big stage.
Magic Johnson. Another one.
I ain't be like that far player, but thank you. I just feel like, honestly, the same praises and flowers he was getting, we need to be holding him to the same criticism. When he was up and everything on Nuggets, it was like face of the league says everything too early. Now it's like, ooh, wait a minute, I don't know what
a static going on with your Mike Ace. Just but you can continue. I just wanted to let you know.
I don't know. I got it on the laptop, but it's probably just that time.
It's probably the people on the phones probably got to turn their volume down just a little bit.
Now he can be the face of the league. I love the energy. I love how he called out Kyrie and everything. But that phone call, you got to be careful when they pick up. Because when homeboy come giving you these buckets now you looking. I like the energy though. I like where he can go. Maybe a consistent running mate. Him and Cat need to take 2,000 shots confirmed in the offseason. He's on the court and go from there.
Draco. Oh no, Musa. My bad.
Go ahead, let Clips go.
Go ahead, Clips.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
Who said
I
you
don't
trying to go
care.
last?
What
Nah, I just know Clips. I see
y'all
Clips itching
talking
to say
about
something when you was
this
talking.
all these mistakes we wouldn't be talking about his mistakes if his number 2 put a bucket in the hole. Like, let's be for real. Like, it's gonna we have to give him the he's making bad decisions, bruh. We wouldn't have these conversations if he had one other person to score the ball.
Why wouldn't we though?
Yeah, Tatum
Because
gets
they
the
would
same
win the
criticism.
game. The only reason that it looks bad is because nobody else is scoring. He's the only person doing something, and because he's the star of the team. But are we not expecting Cat? Not expecting Cat to be as the how many years he been in the league? What, like
8 maybe
7,
9.
8?
But this was going on during the last series against Denver. From your point, I'm talking about with no one scoring.
Yeah, but they was winning, so we didn't care. So we
But
can't
no,
say
it
we
got
care now
it.
and magnify his turnovers and he's
No,
doing all
they
this
spoke
other
about
stuff.
it. They spoke about it when they lost in that series. It was just very tiny because they was pushing that narrative. But to your point, though, I don't disagree.
Pushing what narrative?
That he's the face of the league.
Face, yeah.
How is he? So who was the face of the
I,
league then?
I think it was because everyone was so hyped for the Nuggets that when he beat them, it put him on that pedestal. Oh, Michael Jordan's son.
Can we not act
Ant-Man
like this
has.
hype hasn't been happening all year? Let's not act like
No,
this is just the
so
playoffs, bro.
hold
The
on.
hype has
So
been there all year, and he's proven it all year. Now that we got to the playoffs and his team has stopped scoring, it's oh my gosh, bro. He's throwing turnovers.
no,
It
so
looks
to your
bad. It looks
point,
just
to Clips's
no.
point, so everyone could to get clarification. To Clips's point, basically, not the one you just made. The previous point, where yes, he was making similar turnovers and having bad efficient games. Like he went 5 for 15 in that Denver series and they lost, but they wasn't speaking up on it to the level they are now because one, it's the conference finals. Two, to your point, with Towns playing bad, and even in the last series, like I mentioned, J Mac was bad too in some scoring games. It took the back end of the series for him to finally give you 3 straight 20-point games to get you guys over the hump.
Wait, are you
It's just
explaining
again,
to us or the viewers?
what?
You explaining his point to us or the viewers?
I'm just explaining because I feel like we're going to two different
I
parts of the
understand.
argument. So I'm just clarifying it because I want to make sure we stay on Clips' original point. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like now with the high end of the series, they're gonna just magnify these things even more.
I mean, I'm still trying to understand like what
Clips' point.
Yeah. Like, are we
Well,
not supposed to critique Anthony Edwards when he does
Listen
good,
to what I'm
and then when
telling
he does
y'all,
bad?
right? Okay, right. There's been other young players, right, that we've watched make the same mistakes over and over and over, right? And it's not the end of the world. It's not like, and we've still given
ooh,
them the same grades. There's a lot. I just a lot of them. There's a lot of young stars, right? But my thing is, why are we heavily picking at his 22-year-old? Like, he had 3 turnovers yesterday.
5.
I think he had like 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
5.
He had a few.
he said,
I don't think we're heavily
"Go on,
picking
carry
at
on your
him.
point."
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I don't see.
But to disclaim the face of the league because of what?
but who
He's
disclaimed
not.
that?
But that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, who? Like, you're making it seem like we're heavily critiquing him when we're not. We're just calling out what we saw.
But
I
it
just want to know
sounds.
who disclaimed him.
What you mean?
Who disclaimed him as the face of the league?
We did. Then Mike just said he's not the
Well,
face of the league.
Mike stated
But
that
Mike,
LeBron James should be the face of the league until he retires, which I kind of sort of agree with because we're always jumping from Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Luka,
Luka,
John Morant, this and that. Like,
We're supposed to find the next star, are we not?
Yeah, and that's to Mike's point. That's what he's saying. He's saying that we should cut.
Philly
He's saying
retired.
they should just dead it until LeBron retires. That's what
I don't
he's
think,
saying.
I don't think that's taken away from what people was talking about 2-3 weeks ago about Anthony Edwards, or all season about Anthony Edwards.
Because I heard the main reason why they're giving him that recognition as a face is because they see what he can become in the next future years. Which is to your point, because he's so young.
Which is what I totally agree with. We just, and the same thing with the professionals, people are just calling out what they see in previous games.
Because if that's the case, we can say Victor Wembanyama is going to be a face of the league. Look at what he did in one season and all the potential he has.
I mean, people are damn near already saying it.
I'm just saying.
I ain't
you
going
can
that
make
far.
this name. I know, but it's
I just say he top 15, but I ain't talking about he gonna
we've
be
only
no
seen
face
one
of the
season,
league.
and look at the
Had him at
potential he
top 10,
has.
I think, bro.
That's
Who had him at
just
top 10?
I think you did.
I said top 15. I ain't saying nothing about no top 10.
Top 15 minus 5, but you know.
That's what you said. I ain't never say he was a top 10 player.
I'm a
I ain't
name
All
going
I'm
off
drop.
the
saying
rip.
is
At one
don't just
point-
slow down the critique
one
on
point,
my
Tatum-
man Anthony Edwards.
At
That's
one
it.
point, Tatum had that shiny star of being the new face, and he been up there and he made his mistakes. KD been there before. Dwayne Wade been there before. Like we've seen it happen.
Even
We've seen
LeBron,
it. Huh?
even LeBron, he got the same
Yeah.
criticism before he won that first
2007
ring.
2007 finals. Dwayne
People
Wade,
still criticizing
2006,
Tatum to
Kevin
Ace's
Durant.
point.
I'm sorry.
No, finish off.
I'm just saying we've seen it happen before. When young stars get there, they're good for where they at, but at the same time, it's like if you able to get there and be so good, some of the mistakes you make on all levels.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'll let you finish.
And I was adding to your point, Ace. I was saying even to this day, Tatum
So,
is still
like,
getting
young-
his slack because of what happened in the finals.
So how many young stars excelled at 22?
well. I want to ask you that question because you said that we have a lot of young stars that
And I said what I was saying was there's a lot of young stars that at younger ages we've seen them get to these points and we've never given him the criticism of
Okay,
how
who?
heavy
And
Anthony
that's when I
Edwards
asked
is.
who.
Well, me personally, I'm a name drop because under 25, I looked at how Jason Tatum went, Devin Booker went, Dwayne Wade.
You over here bailing him out.
Kevin Durant, LeBron James.
you bailing him out. You gonna let him
Shaquille
answer that?
O'Neal. Like you said, Magic Johnson. I could call out the years too.
I don't know how old he was, but I was thinking about Isaiah Thomas too. But I don't think he was below 25 when he
Devin
did that.
Booker in
the Dennis Johnson inbound pass.
2021. Jason Tatum just went.
But how old was Booker in 2021?
How old was Booker? Was 24.
In 2021, was he?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't remember how old he
was. So out of all these guys that you're naming, and I'm pretty sure
but Booker
there's
didn't get that same type of slander.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot more. But how many of them really got close to being face of the league?
KD in 2012. Oh,
was
LeBron
never hell no.
What?
Hold up. Is it my take?
No.
I just feel like at one point during that time when Kevin Durant was Slim Reaper, and come on, he got to the finals.
That's one player out of like 12 you named. Who else?
But even Clips will agree. Even at that 2012 time,
2006 Dwayne Wade.
D Wade in 2006 he was under 25 and went to the finals.
Wait, what did you just said? Did you say about the space of the league part just now?
That's
what I was arguing the face of the league part. I was like,
point was who were these players that faced possible face of the league?
Yeah, Dwayne okay, Wade, so that's why I was pushing back about the KD
Jason
part.
Tatum, LeBron James.
But that's why I was saying I don't know about the KD part in 2012.
For example, Devin Booker maybe not as much pressure, but the Jason Tatum.
My thing is, our faces of the league that we've had haven't won until the older age in their career. So what are we expecting?
27. Yeah, 27 to be exact.
What are you talking about?
I'm adding to your point. You said they didn't win to the age. Yeah, it was 27. LeBron got his first one, 27.
Yeah, so
unless you Kobe.
Yeah, but Kobe wasn't even a number one on his team though.
Unless you're paired up with a perennial star like we've seen Magic paired up with Kareem, Dre's point, Kobe, Shaq, whatever. We're not expecting our young stars to be excel. Like, come on, like, are we really expect? So why is the scrutiny so high?
I was just arguing. the KD 2012 part because Clips will even probably agree. At that time, Bill and LeBron in Miami, there was no one close to the face of the league at that time over LeBron. But to your point though, Clips, I don't.
That's all I'm
Again,
saying is the scrutiny and the face of the league talk and all that other stuff. The detriment to how he's playing right now should not weigh that much
but who's
because
really
he's
scrutinizing
22.
him that level?
Well, the media, whatever you want to say, we're
Because
just talking for the namesake.
I don't hear it as loud as it is for JT or anyone else. That's why I don't disagree. He is getting scrutinized, but I don't think it's to that level yet. Because to your point and Pacers' point, the age. I think they're just now getting on Cat, which I don't know what took them so damn long. Because he hasn't been shooting well since, like I said, since the Nuggets series. They just been
Nobody don't
using
care
Rudy as
about.
the scapegoat.
Yeah,
Nobody don't care about.
You know
No
why? Because he showed
crossfade.
up in big moments during that series last year.
but
Last season. Last
Cat only
playoff.
started being something because Ant started putting the team to be good. Honestly, if they were still over there losing with just Cat, no Edwards, wouldn't care nothing about Cat career. It's just
that's how they got the number one.
I want to say though, Dre, I feel like back when Jimmy was there, he was pushing for him to be great. That was the first time they made a
But
playoff.
even then, Cat was young. Cat was young then.
He still look young.
Nah,
He's
it's
still
a
making
difference
young,
though.
like how many threes a game does Cat shoot? Let me ask you, how many threes did he shoot last game? At one point,
He shot 8. He went
Yeah,
over
he went
8.
0 for 8 last night.
He went 0 for 8. After 0 for 3, you don't think get to the cup? 0 for 4, get to the cup.
I agree with
Mid-range.
you, but also it might be depending on how the scheme is. Remember, an example I'll get to that point, Draco, is like when we talk about the Al Horford situation. Like Pacers said, Horford should not be shooting 12 threes a game. But if the Indiana team is scheming to where they're gonna leave him open, they're gonna tell them, they as in like the Timberwolves coaching staff is gonna tell Cat, shoot that shot.
I don't think
It's the best looking shot.
I don't think they scheming on his ass open. I think he just
No, I'm not saying Minnesota. I'm not saying Dallas is doing that to Minnesota per se. I'm just
that was
using
an
that
example.
example
I
that
know.
yeah.
But it's two big factors in that. Al Horford was more consistent and playoff proven to hit his shots. I just feel like Cat has more of a say so on that team. Al Horford is what, third option. If he's hot, third option. If he's
Nah, I'm just using that again. I hope it is not in the same level. I'm
yeah,
just
he's
using
not.
that as an example.
Well, I'm not going to say that. At what point back in his prime, he's getting Cat the business.
But I'm talking about right now. I ain't talking about the prime days.
Exactly. But right now,
Based
Cat
on the
has more-
scheme that they're giving.
I understand that, but right now, Cat has more of a steering wheel than Al Horford does. If you are older than Anthony Edwards, if you the best shooting big, I understand. Get in there, get a layup. Get in there, get to the foul line. Get in there, get your team some energy. Get a dunk, something to give them the momentum back. I saw none of that.
That was the point I was making. I think Dallas is scheming to let them shoot because, for example, a lot of the times with Ant-Man, they're building that wall in the paint so he doesn't get into the lane.
Musa,
Because the one thing that Ant has been doing well is he gets to the lane, get a foot in the paint, he's getting a kick out to the 3. To like J-Mac or Cat or Conley. So they're trying to limit those at certain times because obviously they would rather Ant-Man be a playmaker than a scorer. But then it's up to Cat to, like Clips's point, make the shots. Like you're there, like you're saying, you're older statesman. You've been there. You need to play better. You need to make those shots.
Yeah, but respectfully, you said something where that was the scheme. There were times when that young man was missing layups. And to what something that me and Draco spoke about, I was told at one point, you take what the defense give you. Great players take what they want. If you see the scheme and you're there, you should have the experience to go and get a bucket. When you get to the paint and you're missing layups where you could get one more step, get it off the glass or dunk it, just like he don't like contact. That's fair. But I'm not hearing that, oh, the scheme was to let him shoot. See the scheme, understand the scheme, make adjustments.
And that's the point. Exactly, you said make adjustments. That was the point we made in the beginning argument. Minnesota's not making any adjustments.
So
That's the exact point.
So let me ask this: can we show what we shouldn't critique Anthony Edwards until he's 27?
Nah, we're gonna critique that man at 23, 22 and a half.
I'm just saying, I just, I think it's fair people just call it out for what it is.
I'm not saying critique him, but we watch younger stars play worse and be like, oh, give them time. But he threw 5 turnovers, and He gotta play better. He gotta play better. He's still making the same. Like we watched Tatum for years make the same mistakes.
And he got
And he
crucified.
got critiqued the same
He's
way.
still
I mean,
getting crucified for it now.
Barely.
Barely? They're still
What are you
talking about it
talking
now.
Bro, the critiques didn't
What?
start to. Let's be for real. The critiques ain't come up until y'all went to the finals.
no.
That's
No.
Okay, all right.
The critique
not
started
true.
once they went to the Eastern Conference Finals the first year against freaking LeBron James, his rookie season. Him and Jaylen Brown started getting critiqued.
Yeah, if you're only watching NBC Sports Boston, I can understand your point, but other than that,
trust me,
man, the national
I have
media
the
has
game
been
passed
all
over.
over him.
I don't know what critique y'all talking about. I feel you.
One of the reasons why he wasn't even an MVP conversation this year was because they're still talking about the finals.
What did I just say?
I'm just using it as another example. I heard what you said
but
clearly.
that example just okay.
I heard you clearly. Yes, I'm proving your point. Yes, Clips. Breathe. I'm proving your point.
Jason Tatum's been getting critiqued since he's been in the league. And you could say what you want, but he has.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I've seen teams not come back. I've seen teams fight back from 3-0 and still lose. However, I know Grant Williams is punching himself in a hotel room right now or somewhere on vacation, knowing that two of his previous teams are about to hit the finals. It's like Eric Bledsoe.
He picked them in the finals too.
It's like Eric Bledsoe when he left Phoenix, went to Celtics, and then not Celtics, Milwaukee, and then left, and then both of them are in the finals. I feel like it's iconic that Kyrie goes back to the team he left after LeBron, and they might possibly be the finals matchup. And that
he picked Dallas and Boston.
That organization knows how much of a problem he is.
I mean, he shot them out of a series. They didn't know.
I hear you, buddy.
Kyrie shot them boys out of a playoffs. They know what problem he is.
At this point, I confidently can say that we can start talking about this finals matchup. We know the Celtics are getting there.
I'll wait till each team wins 4 out of the 7.
All right, Kobe. Anywho, we know what the finals is looking like. All right, I'm not even playing coy with the media. Like we know what the finals is looking like.
We got Celtics winning.
Hey, so who y'all got?
Y'all got in the final series?
Yes, Trey, the final series.
It's a lag, so I can't. I'm trying to catch up.
My fault. Who y'all got in the finals? Top panel first. I want to hear this.
I'm not picking until we actually get the finals. I made that clear.
Bro.
Until you called me Kobe, right? So when they each win the 4 games, they need to win to get to the final. I'll make my picks then.
Kobe, bro. All right.
I mean, I wasn't trying to be like Kobe. You called me.
You got Celtics losing 4 straight.
Anyway, I'll pick my pick until the finals is made.
You got Celtics losing 4 straight?
No, clearly not. But I also did have Boston in 6. So like I said, I'm going to wait until the finals is set. I'm not going to make any judgments.
You had who in 6?
I had Boston originally in 6.
He's talking about this series.
I had Boston originally in 6 against Indiana, just like I had Wolves in 5.
I said 5.
So once the series is over, Ace, don't worry, I'll be on here live making my decision.
Let me see this. So tonight, bro, for the viewers and everything, some of us do have personal relationships. I don't want to hear any bands or anything tonight. I don't want to see any confetti or anything like that. You know they're winning tonight. I don't even know why you even acting like that.
I mean, I did pick them to lose in game 1, so I don't know anything.
With Rick Carlisle, they ain't gonna hold.
And they should have lost game 1, but
they should have lost game 1 and game 3.
Peso, tell them what we do, Peso. They know woulda, coulda, shoulda when it happened.
As I stated before, the Celtics got to earn it this year, man. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a future episode. I think it's going to be Boston and Dallas, obviously. But I got to earn it this year. So
I'll make my pick. I don't got to wait.
Come on, Mike. Me and you got this conversation, Mike. We'll get a head start on the panel.
Yeah, I'll take.
You already know where he's going with that.
I'm going with Mavericks in 6.
had,
I want to see. I want to see. I want to see
what I'm
Kyrie. I want to see Kyrie in this.
You know what I want to tell you, Mike?
Holding that trophy on
Listen,
Mike.
Mike, I don't think you're really a
Mike,
Celtics fan, bro.
Don't come on this panel.
I think you're a Miami Heat
no
fan
more
and a Dolphins fan at heart.
with no Celtics gear on until the season is over with. You are banned from wearing Celtics gear on this panel.
I don't know.
Mike, honestly, I think Mike has a point. He's a realist. I'm gonna tell you why. That offense, that defense of letting the team shoot. Go ahead, let Kyrie and Luka get ahead and get some practice shots in for a game winner, and see how that work out.
I swear, like 2-3 weeks ago, nobody was talking about Dallas making the finals. Now we're all gun ho.
I wasn't.
Look at this.
Yeah. Well, here we are as the media, my boy. You got to learn to adjust and make plans. I mean, we knew the Celtics was getting there. We just didn't know what the West was talking about, and we always knew that. Hell,
did we though? Because I don't remember you ever picking Boston in the series.
You said who, me?
Yeah, I don't remember ever you picking it for Boston to win the series.
Well, when Halliburton went down, it was chosen for me, my boy.
No. So what about the last series? In the last one, I never heard you pick Boston. So
against Cleveland, I didn't make that decision. I said it would be dicey.
And didn't you pick Miami to win the first round?
And then players got hurt.
So, like my point, you haven't picked Boston. You proved my point.
When players get hurt, you got to be real. Ain't no Disney Channel. Ain't like Mike.
I swear Ace was rocking. I swear Ace was rocking with the Knicks to beat the Celtics, man.
They didn't get to play the Celtics, man. We here now.
They got hurt too.
You said who?
I said the Knicks got hurt too. Everybody got hurt.
So if the Celtics win the finals this year, is that going to be the excuse?
Hey, when Steph won his first ring, that was the excuse. When Steph won his first ring that first year.
And hold up, I'm going to tell you right now.
That was the excuse.
Hold up.
So like I said, Boston is in a lose-lose situation, bro.
No, they're not, bro. No,
yes, they are. If they win, that's going to be the excuse. If they lose, they should never have lost. How is that not a lose-lose situation?
Bro, honestly, they don't control the health of other teams. So let's just go ahead and put that out there.
You're right, but that's the point we're trying to make.
Hold on. Let me get to that. I got you. And I was the one that said Steph's first ring was off of injury, and I'll tell you why. To the viewers in America listening.
Oh yeah, we know this. We know where he's going with this.
Point guard got hurt from the beginning to the finals. Every starting point guard got hurt. So when you played against the runner-up, it makes it a little easier and comfortable. And I've always said that. Mike Conley, Drew Holiday, Kyrie in the finals.
Kevin Love was hurt.
Who?
But Kevin Love was also hurt.
Well, that too. But as far as offensively, they could have got it done with just Kyrie and LeBron. Every starting point guard in every series got hurt. I want to say Drew Holiday in round one.
So can I ask you a question?
I honestly don't even remember.
Are you gonna hold Boston to that same standard?
Absolutely. I mean, I talk about it, but it is what it is.
You just said that it's no excuses, though. You got to play who's in front of you.
You literally just said the team doesn't.
I'm glad someone else said it wasn't me.
You literally just said Boston doesn't control who gets hurt, but you just blame
Steph and them. At the same time, you look at it like,
but you just.
You don't.
LeBron James fans, they unbelievable, bro.
Clips,
wait, Steve, hold on. We're not about to
Clips, like I said to you, I understand your point.
You don't control who gets hurt. At the same time, it's like, yo, like
you can't do that, bro. You're picking both sides right now.
How am I picking?
Clips, that's why I said to you, I understand how you feel as a Warriors fan now.
Boston doesn't control who gets hurt. How does Golden State control who got hurt?
They don't. It made it easier, bro. Like it just happened that way.
So, but it's not gonna happen that way for Boston, huh?
But hey, Clips. That's why I said I understand how you felt now as a Warriors fan. You guys are always in a lose-lose.
Put me on the big screen. Like I said, yes, I had Indiana in 6, but when Halliburton gets hurt, what am I gonna do now? They was up 18 and still blew the lead. Jimmy Butler didn't even get to make it to a game. Of course, I had them losing. Cavaliers, Jared Allen. Donovan Mitchell-Garrett.
Michael Conley didn't get to make it to a game either.
You said who?
Michael Conley didn't get to make it to a game either.
Exactly. So
I will say this. I know we bring up these injuries and stuff. Well, before I get to that point, I said this to Clips. I was like, I understand that how you felt as a Warriors fan going through this. I just hated how Klay Thompson was a front runner. But anyway, I understand his point now because Boston's in a lose-lose situation. There's no going around it. Having said that, this injury bug that we're bringing up, Boston has their fair share of injury bugs
Here we
throughout
go.
the years.
I seen the text.
Also, so they just healthy right now. Hopefully it stays that way.
Out of all those years, how many times out of those years were they really finals? Like we be like, all right, they're going to the finals.
The last 5 out of 7 when they got to the Eastern Conference
every year they was.
Finals. The one time they didn't make it to the conference finals was the year Brown was out for the season with his wrist, I think it was, or his hand injury. So I'll probably say that one season, but even at that, to my point, they had injuries. Yeah, but the year they got to the conference finals, wasn't Kyrie and Hayward out that year too? Or am I mixing up these years?
No, they was out. You know what I mean? Like, who did they play?
I just want to make sure I didn't mix up the seasons.
Some of the teams they played, hold on, they was out and they still beat a healthy Milwaukee team. They still got it done.
And then they lost to LeBron.
Who did he have?
LeBron. That's who he had.
Y'all had Kyrie on the bench.
Kyrie was hurt.
His next best scorer was Kevin Love with 11 points a game.
I don't remember how much he averaged in that series, so I won't argue that.
Are we talking about the conference finals when they played Cleveland?
Yeah, and they went to Game 7.
Right, Dre. I was just talking about how Boston had their fair share injuries throughout the years.
LeBron James fans, get back to the point. Get back to topic. I told y'all.
Hey, just say eights because I brought up the injury history for Boston.
Hey, Mike, I got Dallas and Boston going to the finals. If you have both teams losing 4
straight, Dallas in 6.
Podcast, if anybody else on this podcast feels like Boston or Dallas is going to lose 4 straight, speak now.
I wouldn't mind seeing no team lose 4 straight.
I think that
we almost seen it last year if Tatum didn't roll his ankle.
I think that'll be crazy. Mike, how you feel about this lose-lose situation? You think the Celtics is going to be slandered even if they win this year?
We gotta give Mike
I don't think. I honestly don't think they should be. Like if they win, if they lose, they should be. But if they win the championship, I don't think they should be. You won the championship. There's nothing more that you can accomplish. It's the given circumstances. You gotta give it to them. But here's my thing. I'm still a Celtics fan, but the reason why I'm sort of not wanting to see them win this year is just the fans in this area. They've got out of control, man, and they've really pissed me off with a lot of stuff they've been saying with both the team, Tatum, all that stuff. And just to bring them down a few notches, I think it would be nice. And maybe they can go out and win it next year. But
they're not winning next year. Get it while it's good, man.
I mean,
so honestly, right now, as Boston Celtics fans, Musa Peso, they win the championship this year. Do you care about the injuries? You be like, City worked hard for it; they deserved it.
At the end of the day, like you stated, you got to play what's in front of you. I don't make no excuses for no injuries or whatever. You're injured, that's not my problem. Go out there and take it. But as we've seen with the Celtics, injuries are happening and they're still struggling in some of these games. So for me personally, it's just good to see them battle through a lot of tough moments in some of these games they've been having in these playoff series, even though they've been winning 5 games, Miami, 5 games, Cleveland, and stuff like that. It's still good to see them face some type of adversity. But, I still think at the end of the day, the real test is probably going to be the next round.
Yo, Ace, come on. Ace's face when you said adversity.
The adversity word coming up with us.
He said,
Musa, as you just stated, you said the Celtics, and you said a graphic picture, and I remember some of those seasons. You said there was some seasons where the Celtics had injuries and it held them back from success. How do you feel knowing that Celtics are taking advantage of other teams' injuries now?
Taking advantage is crazy.
That's the point. That's the point of the game.
No, but he just brought up how Celtics face injuries. Not at Celtics, and now granted, Celtics do have an injury.
Granted, they still have injuries now. Porzingis is a big injury. It's just blessing that they still have Tatum and Brown.
I can't tell it's a big injury. Y'all still blowing. But how do you feel about that? If the Celtics when the Celtics win this year, do you feel like
win? There's nothing guaranteed. But go ahead.
Okay, I'm glad we got that out the way. But
bro, you make it seem like I'm just a homer. Like, bro, stop this. I'm not you. I ain't going bandwagon. But go ahead.
Can I ask y'all a question? What adversity did y'all go through this season?
The whole season, just the playoffs.
Just the playoffs.
The playoffs. We was just down 18 last game.
This whole Indiana series.
Well, that's Rick Carlisle just giving games away too.
But is that
Whose fault is that though? The Celtics is still being
They
down.
were down 18.
Tough moments.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that's not.
They were
their
down
fault.
18.
Like, do we
Midway through the
understand?
third, and they came back and won.
Do we
That's adversity.
understand the definition of adversity? For one,
We do, but y'all wasn't supposed to be
doesn't
down in
seem
the
like
first place. That's the point.
That's
Y'all
not the
a
point,
better
though.
team.
Whether we supposed to be down or not, we were down. That's
Y'all
what it
be
was.
playing down to the competition, then y'all come back and say, "Yeah, we have
All teams have done that before. All teams have done that
teams
before.
have done
Played
that
down.
before, and we
Yes.
finished all team."
but we
Now,
can't.
No,
We can't.
no, we actually all haven't. Cause I
We
brought up a
can't
time
take-
with. Nah, we gonna go backwards. Go
so
ahead.
when Golden State used to be down 20 to Portland, and then come back, they face adversity. No, the Golden State did what they were supposed to do.
Yes,
Y'all doing
they
what
were
y'all
down
supposed
20
to
and
do.
came back. That's adversity. Yes. What are we talking about here?
As I said, do we actually understand the definition of adversity? It's a simple term as going through difficult moments. And I don't think it's fair to take away from, just because Portland or just because Indiana was up 18 or 20, 30 points. I don't think it's fair to take away from them because they're professionals at the end of the day. Just because Halliburton's not there doesn't take away from everybody else.
They're professionals, but it talks to the standard of this year. We talked about how Celtics was like the staple because they hit 60 wins, if not one of the only teams. When you look at Indiana, do you feel like fully healthy both sides? Is Indiana on the Celtics level?
No.
Exactly.
I only think there's probably two teams that was on their level from talent wise perspective.
What can you give me an example of a team who's this purposes?
That was on their level talent wise. Denver
Yeah.
was one of them.
I feel like between like if there's a team like Indiana and Pace, so we spoke about them multiple times, they've been known to look down on their competition. I feel like being down to Indiana 18, it's a moment, but I wouldn't say adversity because you know they shouldn't be down 18. You know that they should be better than that.
So what about last night's? What about 2 nights ago's game 3 where Holiday got that steal and they fought back from being down almost 10 points in that fourth quarter? Do we call that adversity?
I call it a great play, a great defensive play from a great defensive player. They didn't give up. They missed the layup to even go ahead. I don't know who missed it. Somebody missed the layup that was huge, and they happened to get a steal. That was fighting through it and weathering the storm. But I mean, was it hard? Do you feel like it was hard for them to do their job at that moment?
You're on the road in game 3 down 18 in Indiana.
Were they down 18 in the first half or in the fourth quarter?
Second half. I literally said they was down 18 in the midway of the third quarter leading into the fourth. They were down.
Yes, but it's not like, all right, if you're down 18 with 5 minutes left, that's one thing. But when you tie it up and it's like minutes left and you're experiencing it to control the pace, you have that. However, I give him his flowers. He did what he got to do. He got a great defensive stop after the layup was missed, and they fought it through. But
so what about what Pacers just said they were down 10?
Everything sounds like it's adversity. You're just not saying the word.
Only because
the storm. They fought through it.
Because what about Nembhard was getting clutch buckets and TJ McConnell made that fadeaway in the last final minutes of that game, and they kept pushing at it. Tatum got the double team behind the back pass to Horford 7-3 made in that game to take the lead.
Hey, mention question. Would you say there's levels of adversity? Excuse me.
I feel like they you know what? No.
I don't want to hear that bullshit.
If there's levels, then there's still adversity, though.
Wait. Let me
I feel like adversity is adversity.
Because this is what I think he's trying to say.
Adversity is adversity. But if you knew that Indiana wasn't supposed to be on your level, why allow yourselves to get in that position?
There's two types of adversity: series adversity and game adversity. They faced game adversity, but they haven't faced series adversity.
There we
Is that
go,
what you're
Mike.
trying to say?
Thank you, Mike.
Because they've won 10 of the 12 games that they played all playoffs. They only lost 2 games this whole run.
Adversity is adversity at the end of the day. I think we're getting stuck too much on.
We're trying to get into the details and trying to specify.
Boston should have never been in that moment. It doesn't matter.
So what about game 1 in overtime? What about that? Was that any adversity? Because Indiana was up at one point in overtime. Okay then. That's what I thought. Okay.
But hold on, wait. Oh, no, hold on. Don't poke your chest up. What I'm saying
is, I ain't put my chest up. I know what I'm talking about. Hold on. You're gonna have to tuck your chest in because your team is out.
Bro, can I go real quick?
Overtime is go ahead, Draco. Go ahead.
Y'all was up 18, right? In game 1? Y'all was up 18 or 13?
It was
13
double digits.
Well, depends on what time of the game.
In game 1.
Yeah, I think
the last minutes of the game, they go up 5 on y'all, and then y'all conquer the adversity. So they adverse y'all, then y'all adverse them, then it's OT, then y'all win. So, okay.
There was still some signs of adversity, though.
Okay, so we dropped the ball, we fix our mistakes, adversity.
So I said we're nitpicking and we're picking out what happened during the game and taking away from what they fought through.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how it doesn't matter.
You started losing and then you come back after a little nudge, adversity. I got it.
For example, because someone brought up the whole Golden State Houston thing when Houston. Oh no, wasn't Houston? It was some other team. Portland. But even against Houston too before, it was a time where we know Golden State was a better team. Houston was up big. They come back and they win. That's still adversity. Even though they are the better team, you still have to go out there and perform and pull through those moments. And they did that. That's still adversity.
I agree with. I don't know, man. I agree with Mike.
Everybody seems to have their own definition of adversity. I guess.
I get what Mike's saying with series and game.
I believe I'm with Mike on this one.
But that's the same thing in my opinion.
What is the real difference, Mike, between series and game?
Because series, your back's on against the wall. You're going home if you lose these
games. And that's what he's going to say.
In a series, that's your back is against the wall. And you got to win. You're fighting for your life. Game is. Oh,
there's
okay. I said it's.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Like serious adversity, you got your back against the wall, and you're going home if you lose. It's not like a game where you can just come out the next night and rebound and go get that and win the next game.
But Mike, doesn't every game matter in a series though?
That's what
it does. I'm not saying it doesn't.
I feel like that's what's your point, Mike, which I don't disagree, but I feel like it goes hand in hand. I feel like it's peanut butter and jelly.
Well, that's the thing. If you can overcome the early series games, not have that late series adversity, I think you should even get more credit.
Because, for example, when Boston lost that game to Miami in Game 2, is that not a series adversity? Because you're going on the road now. Miami has the home court, and you got to win those games. Is that not a sign of adversity?
I wouldn't say so much for the Celtics because they're a better a better road team than home team because they excel on the road.
Yes, I agree. But wouldn't that consider being an example of series adversity? Because you're going on the road now. You don't have home court and you are tied 1-1.
Y'all was scared of Miami without Jimmy Butler and Rozier?
That's not the point.
I would say like
y'all just don't
no, I would say like me, I would think series adversity is like when y'all are down 2-1 in a situation or something of that nature. That's to me series adversity. Go ahead.
No, I'll agree. I was gonna add to your point. So going on the road 1-1 wouldn't be considered adversity?
I don't think so. To me, be personally, if it's 1-1, if y'all split the first set of home games
and you lose home court,
I don't think so.
I think it's just funny that first round, second round came and the Celtics haven't faced no adversity, haven't faced no real trouble in the playoffs at all. And then we get to Indiana, they down a couple of these games, end up coming back.
I'm not counting this series. I'm just saying I feel like the first two series, Miami and the last series, I feel like those was just y'all. I honestly felt like y'all should have swept both series. But,
so in that case, then we will have no losses in the playoffs right now.
Ace, go ahead and read that definition of adversity for me.
Put
him on the big screen.
Misfortune.
Hold on. Ace, one more time, Ace.
A state or instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. Continued difficulty or misfortune.
Okay, do we understand the definition of adversity now?
What was difficult for the Celtics?
The whole series against Indiana.
They were up 13, and that's the best team in NBA. If y'all are up 13,
when were they up 13?
In the fourth quarter.
Okay, I just want to make sure you was going to say the first quarter because they were up 12.
Ace, wasn't there times in each Indiana game, regardless if Boston was up, wasn't there times where they faced some difficult moments in this series? Can we agree?
Sometimes, yes. However, bro, if you're the best team,
and
you're up 13. No, bro, you're up 13. You're the best team in basketball right now.
Can we take away that Ace? Can we take away from them being up 13? But I'm trying to understand.
You're right. Hold on. Let me talk.
Y'all making this difficult.
Let me talk. Peso, all right, come on, talk to me.
Was there times in those games where they faced difficult moments? It doesn't matter about them being the best team. It doesn't matter about them being up 13. There were times in this Indiana series where they faced adversity because they were going through continuous difficult moments.
To say continuous, bro.
Like how we mentioned, Horford shooting 3 for 12 in one of those games.
If a nigga missing, he missing. That's not 18. That's not
so that means you can't cut into the lead. So it's continued misfortune.
So we call missed shots misfortune now.
I mean, that's what we were talking about with Towns. He was 5 for 18.
You know what? Okay.
I mean, we got so many different reasons for adversity.
They settling for threes. That's a misfortune.
Down 18 on the road in a hostile crowd, and they up. Yeah, you got that. What was another time in any series that was a continuous difficult moment?
I'm only talking about Indiana. I don't think they faced adversity the other 2 rounds.
I don't know about the whole series with Indiana. I was just talking about the game 1, fourth quarter, overtime.
Whether you're Boston Nuggets, Minnesota, Stone Mountain Pirates, you're up 13 in the fourth quarter, and you have home court advantage. You're getting the fouls. Indiana only had 8 free throws that game. Foul calls or not, if you get to the line, they're going to call it. So you're up 13 points.
So what you're saying is that Boston being the best team in the NBA, no matter what they go through, they're never going to face no adversity.
I didn't say that. I'm saying is when you're up 13 and you're the best team in basketball, how do you blow a lead in the fourth at home? Mike, am I wrong here? You've been the realist as far as some of the analytics. That right there shouldn't have been in that situation. They should have just closed that game out right there. Rick Carlisle messed up and gave that away, but you were up 13.
So would you feel this way about the Lakers too?
Yeah, you up 13 and you blow this shit away.
Make sure as long as you're consistent, that's all I want to hear.
Oh, here we go. It could be the Lakers. It could be the Dream Team. It could be Space Jam. It could be whoever. It could be my mother. If you up 13 in the fourth and you blow it and you have control, you can't say you faced adversity when you gave it away. If you're giving it away, you put yourself there.
So we don't give no credit, even though they was up 13.
There's
no credit given.
Like you almost gave the game away. You fixed your mistake.
But where's the credit?
The credit. I mean, you won, but you shouldn't have even put yourself in that situation.
Okay, you keep going back to that though. But where's the where's the credit? So because you keep reverting about.
Oh, hold up. They deserve credit for doing what they were supposed to do and finish the game out. Am I tripping?
Where'd you go in the circle with this?
Who's rolling his eye? You know what? You're right. They get credit for fixing the lead they almost gave away. So you're right.
I give him credit for
Jaylen Brown had a clutch shot in the corner because if he would have got fouled and hit the free throw, that's game. Jason Tatum, I forgot how many threes he missed, but he hit a big shot in overtime, and that was a clutch shot. So they get
no. If you're gonna throw out the best threes, at least be correct on overtime. He scored 8 of their points in overtime.
I said missed 3. I didn't say the points. I knew what I said. I'm saying he hit a big shot.
I know what you said too. You miscorrect. You said
I said what I said. He hit
continue.
A big
go
shot.
ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking that spew. Keep spewing that. Keep spewing.
I'm giving credit live. Don't mess me up.
Nah, you already messed up by speaking that bull jive. Go ahead.
He hit a big shot in overtime to help them win the game. Is that true? Yes or no?
He scored 8 points in overtime. Make sure get the
full
actually. Respect out there.
I'm not saying that was his only shot, but he hit a big shot to really secure the win.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Keep going.
I'll wait till you're done, man. Give me permission to speak. But Peso, back to my
point. I ain't your father. You can talk.
I can't tell right now, bro. All I'm saying is,
go ahead.
They put themselves in this situation, and yes, they faced adversity after they dropped the ball, picking it back up. And you know what? They get their credit.
That's all I wanted to hear from you.
When you're at home and you're getting all the foul calls and everything, and it's going your way, it shouldn't have got to that situation. But they did, and they faced through it. So there we go.
I agree. But they faced some type of adversity.
Musa, what was another time that was difficult for them? They
I don't care what you say, Drago.
You go like let's hear from this logic, right? You go to a casino, right? You up $1 million, then you go under, and then you leave with $50K. I faced adversity for that.
I think that was a bad. That's a bad
That was
example.
like so
That's a
extreme.
bad
Y'all was
example.
up, then y'all started losing, and then y'all went up again. And it's like, yeah, adversity.
But what's that? But so you telling me if I had $1 million and went to the casino
No,
and I played? Go ahead. Say it again.
Up, you go down, and then because you went back up,
saying you won $1 million.
At least I still won something.
I mean, when it come to money and betting and stuff like that, I'm taking my ass up out of there before I get to 50K. So, I mean, I think that was a bad little analogy.
To walk away with, and y'all let them creep back in the game. That's all it was. Y'all was up 13.
So the Celtics, they're the best team in the NBA. They was up 13. That's what they're supposed to do. But we talk about the overtime moments and the big shots and the steal with Drew Holiday, but that's not any type of like adversity. They didn't fight. They weathered the storm. They fought through it, but it's not a difficult moment.
So you was
It
winning.
wasn't continuous difficult.
You was winning a fight. You allow yourself to slip up, and then you come back and win. So that's adversity.
It's just like boxing. You get your ass knocked down, and then you knock the man down 2 times. You fought some type of adversity to win the fight, to win the battle.
That's a trade. Drew Holiday don't have to worry about a steal. Who missed the layup? Was it White? Was it Tatum? Was it Brown? Somebody missed the layup. Yes, he missed the layup, but it's like, all right, we stayed, we got the steal. That's a possession thing. Now down 18 is like that's chopping, that's stops. In that situation, I feel like it's situational because it's like that layup just happened. Let's hurry up and get this stop. He got the steal and everything like that. But it's hard to say adversity when a possession. But however, it's clutch. He got a clutch steal on somebody who Musa said was hot. Was that the game when he was hot for real? Or was it game 2? Either way, he's been.
It was game 3. Andrew Nemhart. He had 30.
He's been a big piece. 1 to 3, he's been hitting shots. Everybody's been hitting shots. It's just those little moments of when a team could give up, not give up. But in a situation where you're trading, it's like, all right, we're still here. The down 18 part, they fought. Ain't no excuses there. They fought back. Cool. I just feel like in a position where you are up 13, you should have just carried it out. However, they were willingly enough in the situation and the mindset to be like, all right, let's not give up. So you know what? All right, adversity.
No, I totally agree with you. Like, and I said it, like Boston should be down in this series 2-1.
I just feel like, as a fan of the game, y'all are Celtics fan. I'm just a fan of the game. Period. They are better than what they should be better than where they are now. You can't keep looking down the competition. That 13 lead should have went to 20.
It's just so hard. Like, I understand watching the game and from the eye test of what you could say, but they're 12-2 in the playoffs this year, I believe. 11-2.
12-2.
They're 60
11
team during the regular season. I mean, just like Clip said, man, ease off my guys a little bit.
Well, congratulations! Who's winning game 4? Celtics making the finals again, man.
So, Ace, you got Boston winners tonight?
Absolutely.
Everyone got winners tonight?
It depends on if Halliburton plays, but
he's not
playing than Boston.
Even if there was a comeback and win this series, he still won't play because it's the same hamstring he hurt earlier in January.
I should have titled this episode "Face Adversity."
But in the long run, does adversity really matter if they win the championship?
You could have put cap, adversity. You could have put all of that.
Say that again, Mike.
I said, in the long run, does it really matter if they face adversity if they win the championship?
I mean, no. I said it before the playoffs even started. None of these series really matter to me personally until the finals.
No, you can't say that they matter because it's the road to the finals.
Yeah, but
then we said it's the easiest road for them. So,
which
it should be. I mean, you are the number 1 seed. That's why you work to be the number 1 seed, right?
Nah, a lot of people do it for different reasons. We've seen teams go off of 8th seed and make it, 4th seed and make it, and it's about the path.
Yeah. And for example, with Miami being the 8th seed last year, they had to go through a rough path to get to the finals because they were the 8th seed.
Yes and no.
Being the number 1 seed, you would think you would have the easier path to get to the final.
I feel like with Miami, you take out Milwaukee, you let Celtics and Philly battle it out instead of playing all 3 teams. That's a different path. If they would have went 7th seed, they would have had to play they would have had to play Philly, had to play Milwaukee, had to play. It would have been a path for them to face all three head dragons. Versus, let's take one out, let the other two fight it out, and we see who meet in the conference. When LeBron was 4th seed with the Cavs, and then he somehow got up to the front, it'd be about the different paths. Matchups. We spoke about matchups earlier in the episode. How Minnesota was a good matchup for the Nuggets, but right now they're struggling with the Mavs. Now that does not mean that Minnesota isn't bad, but would the Mavs have been beaten up on the Nuggets like this? Like, it's just about the path.
No, the Nuggets would have won that series in 6
against the Mavericks.
Yeah, Nuggets would have won that series.
It's about paths and matchups.
It sounds like we're doing a whole bunch of woulda, coulda, shoulda. We're talking about now.
I'm just saying, you play the regular season to get the number 1 seed to have the quote unquote easiest path possible. So I mean,
yeah, but what I'm saying is, my point was, we've seen teams not care about that and still find their way and be successful to the final. I get to the final without the number 1. It helps, but you don't know what that 8th seed talking about. You don't know what that next round team talking about. It's just about matchups and how well you adjust and you prepare for those matchups.
It's a good point. Good point. Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. We will have another episode later this week, most likely on Thursday. And then, we go live officially every Saturday and stuff like that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all continue to like the channel, subscribe, continue to share. We appreciate y'all for being here. Peace.
Brady A. Hey, run that thing up.